Yeah, so the oven sits at high temperatures. So we have the oven sitting at anywhere between 280 and 320 degrees.
Sure.
And it cooks within 90 seconds to about 2 minutes.
Talk about fast food, huh?
That's another reason why it actually it was intriguing that why do we spend so much time if the original doesn't take so long.
Yeah.
It's so fast, it's so simple. Why reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, why reinvent the wheel? Just better it as you can. There we go. Put some mags there, 17-inch. All right, so awesome stuff. So that's a nice explanation of how you got inspired by. But you, as you mentioned, you went to the sort of Gulf Food Expo, and this was the one food stall that sort of stood out for you. So why particular pizza? Are you a huge fan of pizza, or do you think that is something that people would enjoy as opposed to other sort of cuisines?
I've always done burgers. That has been my forte ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
And it just something about that whole experience
that stood out
where
for
the guy did it in front of us. It took him less than 30 seconds to stretch out that pizza. The pizza took 60 seconds in the oven. It's just that whole experience. Maybe something just sparked in me at that very moment. I'm not sure. But before that, I didn't make a pizza in my life.
Oh, so, and now you're non-stop making it now.
Now we're making it daily.
Alhamdulillah. Talking about making it daily, where are you guys based?
Okay, so we based at Halaal College at the soccer astroturfs. So you enter from the preschool and you walk across the soccer turfs, and we are situated there at Halaal College. So
is it that new building? Is that the preschool?
Yeah, the new building is the preschool.
Yeah.
So you park in there, and there's ample parking. We open on weekends. We open late at night. Ramadan, we have extended hours as well.
Because the guys are playing ball after the Raweh.
Yes. So on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we open from 4 p.m. till 11 p.m.
Wow. Okay.
The kitchen closes at 11. So if you want milkshakes till midnight.
Oh, 100%. Hey, heavy hours you're working, huh? Loving the passion that you have.
Passion.
Absolutely a passion. So talk to us about the menu. I mean, you've mentioned you have pizzas, but I've also seen that you got something on special for this Ramadan. You got a particular box.
Okay, so so we have two iftar boxes at the moment that we're doing for this Ramadan. We have one iftar box which includes 4 sliders, beef sliders. It includes a portion of chips, includes a garlic bread, and 2 mini pizzas. So that's option 1. And then we have another slider box, which is 8 sliders and fries. And both the boxes are for 350.
Alhamdulillah. So it's jam-packed with flavors and all your favorites, yeah?
It's really an incredible box. And each element of the box, we do spend a lot of time getting it right. So like the buns, we're very specific about which buns we choose. The meat is very specific, what meat we use, what ratio of fat. All of these things are very, 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 very specific. And there's a lot of thought that goes behind it. The garlic bread as well. It's very, very specific.
Alhamdulillah. So there's a lot of flavors that goes into it. So how did you think about the iftar box? And is this the first year in Ramadan?
This is the first year. So we opened last year. We opened our doors on the 1st of June, officially.
Wow.
So it's not even a year.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
But I've seen you all over. I'm seeing you at the pop-ups, at the souk. I saw you there as well. Alhamdulillah. So how's the experience been sort of bringing the new flavors and this whole new concept to South Africa, especially Durban?
It's been a lot of work. I'll be honest. Credit to my brother as well. He's also putting in the hours.
Hope he's listening.
I hope so too. He's probably on his way here. I hope he makes it.
Inshallah.
But yeah, credit goes out to him as well. He puts in the hours. We've spent quite a few hours where we're sitting till 3 o'clock in the morning mixing batches of dough. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding when people really enjoy your food.
Alhamdulillah. I think that is a rewarding sort of feeling when you get people, messaging you and telling you, hey, this pizza was tops, the burgers are tops. So yeah, as mentioned, you mentioned that you have sliders a part of the iftar box. Is it part of your menu as well?
Okay, so the sliders and the garlic bread are 2 items that we deliberately put on the iftar box because we're introducing it after Ramadan. So we just wanted to give people a taster and introduction to it. Yeah, so those two items are new coming into our menu. We do have a garlic bread and a chili garlic bread, which is something very unique, and it's incredible.
Alhamdulillah. Now I'm looking at the pictures now. My mouth is actually watching, actually looking at the pictures. So for our listeners out there who actually want to see what we're talking about with these Ramadan iftar boxes, you can WhatsApp us on 0609041056. We'll send it through to you. Just tantalize your taste buds here this afternoon, and maybe during the course of the week or even tonight, you can make your order at Stone Artisanal Pizza. Alhamdulillah. So let's talk more about the menu. So I've got the menu in front of me. You've got your pizzas, you got your margarita, your chili garlic margarita, Otolana.
Yeah, that's a veg.
That's a fancy word, that one.
Yeah, it's just a fancy word, but
we love it. We love it.
It's a veg pizza.
Because if you can't pronounce it, it must be good. That's what I always say. Pepperoni.
It's actually one of my favorites.
Is it?
Yeah. It's surprisingly good. You know, when you have the mushrooms, you have the umami there, and you have the olives give a slight saltiness. So it's different
blend
textures,
of flavors,
different.
Yeah.
And and I have a lot of Portuguese influence in my life, so olives is a big part of my life.
What do you mean in Portuguese influence?
No, originally my mother is from Mozambique.
Really?
So
you speak Portuguese? You speak
I do speak Portuguese.
Say something in Portuguese first, brother. You can't not now. You brought it up. Talk to us about.
What can I say?
Say that the Otolana is your favorite pizza and you look forward to it every week.
You're putting me on the spot, yeah. But I do speak, I do speak Portuguese. It's my second language. We at home. My wife is actually Mozambican as well. My mother is Mozambican.
Wow.
So yeah.
But I don't see no prawns on the menu.
Yeah,
we're getting there. That's after Ramadan, inshallah. Mozambican prawns. That's what we're looking forward to. All right, we got Sister Nasreen asking for the menu. We'll send it through to you guys. Alhamdulillah. Brother Shaheed is saying, hey, we're fasting now. Now you're going and tantalizing our taste buds, man. But that's the whole point of the segment. Alhamdulillah. So you make sure that you go to Stone Artisanal Pizza. So you also got creamy chicken on the menu. You got jalapeno chicken, nice and hot barbecue steak, spicy sriracha chicken. Hey, the flavors are banging this side, man. You got your smash burgers. Now, talk to us about the smash burgers.
Okay, so smash burgers have been my thing for the last 5 years, 6 years. I've been making them every weekend, trying to get the technique right. With everything, I try and focus more on the technique. The flavors will develop on their own. The technique is what makes it or breaks it, basically.
It is all about the flavors. Now, to sort of like the experimental phase, that's what I always find fascinating. Is like when you're in the kitchen, now you with Rehan and Raisa together brainstorming, and you're saying, right, we want to make a chicken pizza now. How are we going to do this? How is that whole method in the kitchen? Talk to me about that.
Okay, before we get to that, let me give you the reason why we named it Stone. There's an interesting story behind it. It's just that when we started experimenting, we didn't have an oven.
Oh.
So you do get those pizza stones, which they sell, the rounded ones.
Yes.
So all our pizzas, we experimented on those stones.
In the summer, in Durban.
And
you just put it outside, and then you put the
so we tried it in a home oven, which doesn't get up to temperature.
Yeah.
And then from there, we couldn't get the results we wanted. So we tried it on a braai stand.
Oh.
So that gave us a little bit better results, but obviously there's no heat coming from the top. So because the stone was so important to us, that's why we named it after the pizza stone.
Artisanal pizza.
Yeah. So it's basically the pizza stone that they cook it in.
Lucky that's the story, because I would have assumed something else. I'm just joking. Ramadan now. Only tajweed to focus on. All right. Let's talk about sort of the process in the kitchen.
Okay. So most of the recipes, we work on it together. The dough is what took us a lot of time. It took us I think about 6 months.
Sure.
Just to get the dough right.
Wow.
And we started it every weekend. We used to do a different batch. We experimented with the hydration levels. We experimented with the fermentation times. And then after you get the right result, that's not the end, because now we need to keep that result consistent over time. So it might be good for the first hour, but if you don't maintain the same temperature, the same humidity, it will deteriorate very quickly.
Also,
the dough.
It's like a science.
So the dough it's really, really intricate.
Wow.
And sometimes we've had instances where we started pop-ups, and because of the heat, our dough overrose.
Oof.
And we had to close down.
Serious?
That was in the
Very
first
hectic.
month. It happened to us once.
Yeah, but Durban is hectic too. Huh?
Yeah, with the humidity and the heat. Obviously, we learned from there.
Trial and error.
And alhamdulillah, we got to a stage where the souk was one of the peaks of our career so far in this, where we were doing
that's the
up
deep
to
end.
400-500 a day.
Hey,
Alhamdulillah,
alhamdulillah,
comfortably.
shukr, alhamdulillah. A lot of mouths to feed.
Alhamdulillah.
And our people, we love a chowza. They love it.
It was insane, and there people are still telling us that was quiet outside. Inside was busier.
Sure. But let's talk about sort of the business side of any sort of a food business. I mean, the sort of ordering of the ingredients, making sure that it's fresh. You know, when you're serving customers, that's another skill on its own. You know, so talk to us about that journey.
Okay, so my brother Rehan he is a chef. He did study to be a chef, so he has some sort of experience in the kitchen. Even though he's young, he's 22 years old. 22 years young. He's still fairly young, so he does have some experience, and he does most of the ordering and everything is done fresh daily. Our chicken is cooked daily, our veg is cut daily. Our dough is made the night before because it needs time to ferment, but that's also done for the day. Everything is basically the mince that we buy daily. We make the patties. Our patties are made in-house. Our caramelized onions take about 2 hours. That's done in-house.
Yes, I heard about that. That you're actually like really going to the nitty-grittiness of the caramelized onion. That's an art on its own, isn't it?
That's the caramelized onions. Yeah, it is quite. It's quite. We take our time with the onions because that really makes.
It's a flavor on its own.
It is,
and it's sort of like a make or break flavor.
And if you underdo it, you get that onion flavor, which we don't want. So basically, the result that you want is everything must work well together. You mustn't feel any element on its own. So even with the pickles, it's very specific how many pickles you put. You don't want to have a big pickle in your mouth as soon as you take a bite and the whole pickle, it's not a very nice thing. So my goal is generally to get it all in such a way where people don't really notice what's inside. So one shocking thing with our burgers is that a lot of kids, they have their special orders, and so when we do it for the schools and stuff, if they specifically tell us, so sometimes the school will tell us, just put everything in. The kids won't really notice.
What does that mean? Just put everything in.
No, so if you go to start asking each child, like, what do you want? What do you want to exclude? Like, you get children that don't eat cheese, unless they're lactose intolerant, that's different. But they're just fussy.
Yeah.
So generally, the last event that we did with the school, they were actually surprised. They said the children didn't even know the onions were there.
And some of them don't eat onions.
And they don't eat onions.
Sure.
So that's the main goal for me, is for it to be such that no one really differentiates each element.
Sure.
Because
that's well thought of, yeah.
If they do differentiate, then you're doing something wrong because they notice that it's there.
So you're very meticulous when it comes to bringing the flavors together. Alhamdulillah. So my last question to you, only have about a minute or so left before we go into the comp mode. For those budding entrepreneurs out there, maybe brothers or sisters that want to start a business and they want to sort of get into the nitty-gritty of it in terms of starting a business in the food industry, what sort of tips can you give to them, or words of encouragement to say, you know what, be prepared to get yourself into something hectic, but also know that it can be rewarding at the end?
With regard to food, all I can say is, if you have a passion for it, you are going to make it work. And that should be the mindset of every new business owner or entrepreneur, that they should be relentless. There's no two ways about it. This stone is actually my third business that I'm opening.
Are you Alani, yeah?
Not really Alani. I just have the passion for it, and I just love to work. I have a great work ethic, and for me, from my previous experience, I would say food is one of the hardest businesses to get into.
I've heard so.
And the second tip that I can give when it comes to food is that people generally eat first with their eyes.
That's true.
So hire a great marketing team or great photography team that can make or break your food business.
That's it. There we go. Now we're going to do a pretty quick competition. I've sent the menu to those listeners out there. So we're just going to ask a question instead of everyone flocking to give us a call. I'm going to ask one question, and the first person to answer it correctly, we'll call you, and then we're going to ask you another question. How's that? It's simple. So the question is, where can you find Stone Artisanal Pizza? All right. First person to answer it right, we'll give you a call, and then we'll ask you another question on top of that. Absolutely. So there we go. So we got about a minute or so left before we conclude and move on to our next segment. We got a very interesting segment up next. We've got a life coach coming in to sort of teach you how to balance it out. So here we go. Brother Shaheed, we've got you as the first one. So we're going to give you a call on WhatsApp, and you can win yourself an
iftar box.
There we go. An iftar box. All right. Does the brother answer? All right. Let's go to the lines. Do we have Brother Shaheed? Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you doing, sir? Still ringing? Oh, wait, what must I do? Oh, sorry, Maf. Okay, as we get our brother onto the line. So it's a simple question. Brother Shaheed, assalamu alaikum. Hello?
Walaikum salam.
Hey, it's such an honor to hear your voice now, man. I see all your messages all the time. Brother, how you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. Buzruk moda kenyana. MashaAllah. Brother Shaheed, I'll leave it to Brother Rais to ask you a very simple question. And firstly, Ramadan Mubarak, brother, and how's the Ramadan treating you?
Alhamdulillah.
Shukr, alhamdulillah.
Okay, so our question for you today is just name any of the items in one of, just list the items in one of the two iftar boxes.
The sliders.
How many sliders?
2 sliders.
No, that was the pizza.
One got 4 sliders.
One got 4.
Okay, we'll give you that one. The one has 4 sliders, 2 mini pizzas, and a garlic bread.
Roll. Congratulations, brother Shaheed. Congrats, you are a winner. You can definitely pick up the box. Alhamdulillah. So we just need your details. Just type it on the WhatsApp message, your full name, your contact number, and the competition that you just entered, and we'll send it through to Brother Rais, and then you can collect it at the Stone Artisanal Pizza located at Al Falah College, inshallah.
Shukran.
Okay, so our hours for Ramadan are 4 to 7 on weekdays, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday 4 till 11 p.m.
There we go. Jazakallah khair, Brother Shaheed. Congratulations once again, and shukran for tuning in. Okay, absolutely. Brother Rais, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best, inshallah. And thank you so much for joining us. I love the fact that you've explained the brand in terms of how intricate you get into details with regards to the ingredients, not just a person that says just put everything together and just sell it. There's a lot of thought and sort of heart that goes into it. So we make dua that you move forward with leaps and bounds with the brand, and inshallah we'll see Stone open up in a fantastic mall setting. Hey! Coming up, hey! MashaAllah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah for having me.
Jazakallah khair for joining us.